Woo! A wise person once told me, sleeping is for weenies. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tim. It's so good to have you here. This afternoon, we are talking about Dice Hospital. So Showcase, just for those who are new, Showcase is a brand new series where I get to tell you 5 different things about a game that I like. So it's pretty much a super short, to the point, precise review of a game. Okay, maybe not to that minutia, but either way, I'm giving you 5 short and sweet points about a game that hopefully will help you decide whether or not it's something that you'll like for your family, friends. So can I get some dramatic lighting in 3, 2, 1? Here we go. So in Dice Hospital, you are managing a hospital and it has a bunch of different departments. As patients come in, those patients are dice, by the way, you're going to pretty much allocate resources in order to heal them and then eventually discharge them, and then those are going to score you victory points by the end of the game. Now, every turn you're taking time to improve your hospital by adding in different departments, while also by hiring specialists. So that's super cool. And you have to be careful about managing your resources because each dice goes from 1 to 6, obviously. 6 being a fully healed patient, and then 1 being patient that is about to die. If your patients reach 1, they can end up in the morgue, but if they're above 6, then they're discharged, and then of course you score victory points. The hard part is managing your resources so that way no patients will reach 1 or lower, and at the same time you also score more bonus points as you are discharging many patients at once. So there's a good balance there between managing your patients and making sure that not all of them are healed at the same time, but of course they are staying alive. Staying alive. Number 2, what did I like about it? I loved how the theme is integrated into this game. It's so seamless and it's so surprisingly really good because those dice as patients, I like how even in the artwork, you even have dice in like little cabinets. You have dice like in the chairs and the benches. So I think that's really, really cool how patients are really, really seamlessly integrated into the game. I love how the story flows really well because it really feels like you are actually managing a hospital and that you're trying to treat them by, all your specialists that come in are names of actual specialists like immunologists, cardiologists, and so forth. I think that's super cool, and then obviously being from a science background, I'm going to be a little bit biased towards that. I also love how it's really simple, so it's a great gateway game. If you are introducing this game to people that aren't as familiar with board games, this is a really good integration to our board game hobby. And then the components, oh my god, I can't even start. Dice Tower, the meeples are like little nurse meeples, the little ambulance cars that have little dice that fit in them. All of that has really, really great table presence. I love all those things about Dice Hospital. I think it's a really great teaching game because it makes you think about what you can do on the next turn. So for instance, you have green, red, and yellow dice, and then different specialists can heal different dice, right? So sometimes maybe you're allocating too many resources towards the green dice and you're like, oh, maybe I should hold back on that and then focus on the yellow dice before they die. And like things like that make you think about it and make you think about your next turn and what you can do maybe even in the next game. I love the mechanics behind that. So great teaching game in terms of teaching new players how to allocate resources. I think it's a great introduction to that. Now, one major thing I think it can improve on is player interaction. There's very, very limited player interaction. It works for some games. It does work for this one. But I think with more player interaction, it'd be way more fun. Like I was thinking about it. And what if there were cards that, gave some of your patients to other players? And then, that would cause a whole downfall of emotions right there. So stuff like that I think would make the game more interesting and more fun since it invites more play interaction without disrupting away from the main core gameplay. Who would like this game? Anyone new to the board game hobby, anyone that likes the science theme, medicine, anyone that just loves like worker placement games, resource management games. The dice rolling is relatively light in that the dice are only rolled to see what kind of patients that you have, but other than that, there's no other reason to roll a dice. So that's why I say that the mechanics for dice rolling are light because you're not constantly rolling dice in order to like gain new abilities or like fight different monsters and so forth, obviously because it is about managing patients and healing them. And then lastly, what other game is closely related? How am I on time? I don't know. So what other game is closely related? I would say Seasons. So Seasons is another dice management game. That's how I think they're similar. Both involve dice management. Both involve incoming resources that you have to play around with and manage each turn or season. Both integrate dice heavily into the theme because Seasons you have like different magical resources, and then here they're patients. Lastly, their play interaction are both pretty limited, but they have high replayability. So how am I on time? Ooh, barely made it in the 5-minute mark. That was extremely stressful. So that was Showcase Episode 2. Also wanted to announce the winner of Showcase Episode 1, who is right here. I am going to email you, contact you somehow, way or another, and it'll send you Wingspan, the European expansion. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and leaving a comment down below. So since I hit the 5-minute mark, There is no giveaway this time. However, thank you so much for supporting this channel, and at least you get a solid review and some thoughts and feedback about Dice Hospital, so maybe you can pick up this game for your next family game night. Next up, I have 2 more videos coming up, which are, one is about how to upgrade your studio, how to make it look like this in 2020, and also Lords of Hellas episode 2. So make sure if you haven't seen episode 1, check that out. It is probably gonna be the longest series of episodes I'm gonna have going on this year about Lords of Hellas. But until next time, I will see you guys later.